What's up, YouTube? Welcome back, man, to another video, man. If you're new to the channel, man, my name is JR, and I did 10 years in the Georgia Department of Correction, and I share prison stories, man. I'll let you know what's going on behind the walls. Just everything that's going on behind the walls, man. Now, this story today, man, it was kind of crazy, man. Remember I told y'all I had got free picked by Debo, and I went to the hole when the Hispanics and the Bloods about to pop off. Now I went to the hole, man. When I went to the hole, some crazy stuff happened with two yard dudes, man. Both of them was Jamaicans, but both of them wasn't born in Jamaica. They was like had Jamaican parents, and both of them was blood, man. Now this the backstory on this. But when I first got in the dorm at Smith, when we first got transferred, man, I met up with a blood dude named MT. Mind you, MT was young, man. He was like 19 at the time. Big dude, man. Big, tall, man. He had just got out from doing a little bit of time in New York in the juvenile system, man. So, you know, he was lifting weights. Up there they had weights and stuff. So bro was big, knocking stuff out, man. He was calling everybody out, knocking stuff out. Anyways, man, he messed around and he was squeezing. He was choking the chicken on this older white lady, man. She screamed on him, man. For some reason, he thought she was an eater, and she screamed on him. And he got locked up. He got put in the hole. So when I got free picked, man, and I went to the hole, and he was one of the first person that seen me. He's like, yo, yard man, yosh, yo, wagwan. So man, I said, yo, big up. So now this is my first time going in the hole, man. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. I go in there, man. They put me in a room with this white dude or whatever. So MT hollering at me. He like, yo, yard man, wagwan. Yo, what happened? He asked me what happened. When I came to the hole, I was like, man, I got free pick, man. You feel me? I got free pick. He was like, what happened? So I started to tell him. And then he was like, hold on. Don't say too much, because it's all type of people in the hole, bro. People from different gangs, different affiliation, just everything, bro. Some people might not say nothing. Some people might be in the hole and you won't even know they in the hole, bro. The only time you might see them is when they go into the shower or something. If you standing at the window, you see the officers bringing them out. So he was telling me, he's like, yo, you know, it's a lot of Jamaicans in here, and it's some Jamaicans over there on the tier program, to where my building was out on the back side of my building. If I go to the back window, and the H building back window facing this way, that's where the tier program was. You had two Jamaican dudes over there, man. They've been on the tier for a long time. Two of them are like high-ranking gang members, and different. One was GD and one was Blood. So instantly, when I went back there, somebody had told him. Oh yeah, it was my boy B Real was in the hole too, and he had told him he was upstairs. He from New York. He had Jamaican parents too, but he was Jamaican. And he had told me, he's like, Yush, you know, it's some yard man over there on the tier. So instantly, we get to politicking. We get to talking. They ask me all type of questions. You know, they want to where I'm from in Jamaica. They want to find out if I'm a real Jamaican. You know how it is. You go somewhere and folks be trying to check your credit or all type of stuff, man. But that's what it was, man. So, mind you, they had put me in the room with this white dude, man. He was cool or whatever. And I was talking to him, whatever. He was like, he been in the hole 4 months. I said, you been in the hole what? 4 months? He's like, yeah, 4 months, man. I was like, why you ain't get out? He's like, I ain't trying to get out. I'm trying to get transferred. I hate this place, man. I don't want to be here. But I was looking at him. He had 7-point star tattoos, and if you know 7-point star tattoos, that's what the Ghostface used to represent themselves. So I'm like, man, he Ghostface, but it's Ghostface on the compound. So it's only probably one reason, bro. These folks probably put you off the compound. You probably can't come back on the compound. That's why you in the hole. So I go to the window, man. I'm talking to MT. So he's like, man, you good? Y'all some food over there? I was like, nah, bro, I ain't got no food. So he was like, he's like, all right, I'm gonna send you something. He's like, send a line over. You know what I'm saying? He sent a line. I was like, send a line? He's like, yeah, I'm gonna fish it to you. Whatever, just send a line. I'm gonna tie it on the line and you pull it back. Mind you, his room was somewhat diagonally across from mine. So I was asking the white dude, I was like, what do you mean by send a line? He was like, yeah, you gotta fish it. I was like, I gotta fish it. He's like, yeah. He's like, you got a lock? I was like, yeah. He's like, you probably gonna have to rip some of your sheets off, bro, because I ain't got no line. He's like, just rip some thin strips. He showed me. I went ripping. Man, I ripped by 8 strips. By the time I ripped them 8 strips, bro, half of my sheet was gone. That's the sheet I gotta cover up with. I was like, man, bump it. I gotta get this food. Anyways, I'm new to this fishing stuff, bro. You You know what I'm saying? I'm tied up, boom, 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 tied up. Or I seen what room MT was in, so he was like, "This is how you gotta do it. You gotta tie the end of the sheet on the lock. And these doors, they got like this much space on them, bro. So you could actually bend down on your knees and actually look. And you have the lock. You know, the lock is pretty much solid. It's metal, so you could slide on the concrete. The concrete outside is pretty smooth." And he was like, "Bro, you gotta slide it over there." Man, my first try, I went like this. Man, it went hit right in the pole where the TV was on in the middle of the dome. He's like, "Nah, bro, the room over there. Why you throwing it over there?" I angle myself better, man. I probably tried about 10 times, bro, until I finally got it. Boom, got it over there. Bro, put some food on the net bag and goddamn, I pulled it back over. I felt like I was a fisher, bro. I'm in the chain gang fishing. I'm like, okay, rope the man, you know what I'm saying? Slid back, bro, his net bag, whatever. Yeah, and we in there talking or whatever, man. He's like, "Man, I can't wait to get out the hole." That was MT was saying. MT was like, he can't wait to get out the hole. And he was like, "Yo, it's some more yard man in here, man." I told you it was a dude up there named Be Real. And it was another yard man in there, Rude Boy. But Rude Boy was real quiet, bro. Rude Boy was real paranoid. You feel me? He had a lot of gang activities going on at the time. Mind you, all the Jamaicans down there, bro, that was Bloods, bro. Majority of them was one set from New York. An East Coast set from New York. Majority of them was one set, bro. Mind you, MT was from New York. You know what I'm saying? You probably heard his name. He's from Mount Vernon. That's where he was from. But he was a West Coast set. You know, but everybody still chopped him up with him. He was cool. But Rude Boy, now, he was on some real paranoia stuff, man. I kept hearing about him ever since I hit the chain gang. When I was at Riverbend, I kept hearing his name ring bells around the chain gang. So that night, we in the hole, and later on that night, bro, I'm laying down on the bed. I'm on the top bunk. I see my roommate, he on the floor. He on the floor, or kneel down on the floor. So I'm like, "Bro, what you doing down there?" When I look down there, bro, this man was feeding a mice. He had some cornbread left off the tray, bro. Feeding the mice out the middle of his hand. I was like, "Oh, no way, bro. What type of crazy stuff this?" I said, "Bunkmate, what you got going on?" He's like, "Man, I'm just feeding mice. This is my little pet, man. He come and visit every night." I was like, oh, hell no. I ain't with that. Bro, you inviting mice in the room. I was like, "Okay, I got something for you, man. I got to get me an extra blanket so I could stuff this door up, man, or whatever." So, boom, now. Next day, I'm telling my bunkmate, I was like, "Bro, that's crazy. You don't think that's weird?" He's like, "Nah, that ain't weird, bro. I be feeding the mice. See, all right, they cool or whatever." So I'm like, "Okay, boom, whatever, man." So later on that day, I get to talking to MT, and he was like, "Man, bro, I'm finna get out the hole. I'm finna get out the hole." He had just talked to the DR people, you know what I'm saying? They told him he finna get out the hole in like 2 days. So he excited, you know what I'm saying? Mind you, he been in like 15, 16 days before me. So it was coming up on his time to get out. Man, them 2 days passed, man. I remember the day they're letting them out, man. It's a whole bunch of people coming out the hole, man. It's a whole bunch of, it's like 10 on, man. And guess what? When you in the hole, bro, and it's some people coming out the hole, bro, you gonna feel some type of way, bro. Cause guess what? You try to get back on that compound, bro. You ain't trying to be stuck in the hole, bro. You definitely trying to be stuck in here, bro. So boom. And like, "Man, I'm finna go to the," he telling me he finna go, they put him in on the north side of the compound. He ain't gonna be on the east on the south side no more. He's like, "Man, I'm finna go to the north side." They already had told him what bed they going to. The officer was in the dorm now. They pulling people out their room, boom, pulling everybody out their room, everybody taking their stuff, putting in the little carts. You know what I'm saying? They had about 5 carts in there, bro. It had to be about 15 dudes or something, bro, coming out the hole one time. Now when they coming out the hole, I could see who was who. I put a face to the name Rude Boy. It was another Jamaican dude in there named Sodu. He was Jamaican and African. Real skinny dude. He was real skinny, man. Looked crazy. He looked crazy. So, boom. MT, he had ran over to the room. He bumped the window. He's like, "Man, yo, big up yourself, yo. You soon come out the door and come out my link, yes, man." I said, "Yeah, man, everything good, yours. Just big up yourself." And he went to saying to Rude Boy, he's like, "Yo, Rude Boy, say next yard man, I know. Name JR." And he went to telling Sodu, like, "Sodu, boom, say next yard man." Now, they ain't saying nothing. Rude Boy, he looked over at the window, he just nodded his head. Sodu, he ain't even look over there, which ain't really a problem to me. That's just how dudes be. You don't want to be meeting people every second. I be like that sometimes too, bro. You know what I'm saying? I try to be somewhat cordial though, but Sodu was a cordial law. He ain't trying to hear nothing. Hey, that's his business. Boom. So they get to pushing their stuff, bro. They get to pushing their stuff out the door. They go outside. When they go outside the door, they got to come around this way. So if I go to my back window, now that your back window got this metal thing, got a whole bunch of holes. You got to look real hard. You can't really focus. It's hard to focus, bro. When you look, you got to be there for a minute to just lock in on what's going on outside. So we there, bro. Me and my bunkmate, we in there, we talking or whatever. I'm like, bro, you is tripping because you got chances to come out the hole, bro. I hear these people come to the room and be like, hey, you ready to get out? He's like, nah, I ain't getting out. Y'all got to transfer me. That's what he told the officer. Because he was supposed to get out that day with the rest of them people, bro. The officer came with the list and like, hey, man, you trying to get out? He like, nah, I ain't getting out. I'm trying to get transferred. I'm trying to get transferred. The officer's like, all right, man, all right, that ain't my business, man. Your name was just on the list. I'm just asking you to pack your stuff up if you finna get out because this ride finna leave. But hey, he said he finna go. He ain't with all this at Smith State, bro. Boom, so boom. These folks on the back, they talking. You can hear all the dudes get out. Mind you, they shouting at dudes across the G building. It's dudes in H building on the tier. Everybody shouting at each other. Yo, what's up, bro? You finna get out? Yeah, I'm finna get out. People like this, they talking. What dorm you finna go to, bro? What this, what that? People telling people what dorm they finna go to and all that. Mind you, I'm looking out the window. I'm well focused in the window, whatever, man. So I heard somebody was like, hell nah, bro. Man, stop. And I heard the officer calling the code, 1010 in front of H building, 1010 in front of H building. I just heard a whole bunch of shuffling and a whole bunch of movement going on, bro. When I finally looked and I focused, bro, all I seen was MT like this, bro, holding his hand up. You feel me? And I see Sodu swung a lock, bro. He swung a lock and hit bro across the hand. You feel me? But I hardly couldn't see it, bro, because you know all these holes in the windows, bro. It's hard to stay focused, and they moving. Mind you, I could see the officer running over there, bro, pulling out the spray. Like, stop. When the spraying Sodu, he went to spraying it. And mind you, this is real close, bro. The fence had to be about 10 feet from the back window where I was, bro. You had a fence separating and another fence for the walk just go around the chain gang. So I started smelling the spray. So you started hearing people in the hole like, man, hell nah, man. Sodu just tripped out, man. He just hit MT. He just hit MT across the face, bro. And hit him across the hand. So I was like, hit him across the face. So dude next door to me, I guess he had it better. He could see it better. I was like, bro, I'm in the vent. I'm like, bro, what happened? He was like, man, Sodu just tripped out, man. I'm like, what you mean he tripped out, man? They said he buck 50, bro, MT across the face, bro. He hit that man across the face, and bro is telling me MT, when he tried to hit him again, MT tried to, he pulled the lock out. He hit him with the razor. Then he pulled the lock with the belt, bro, and swung it at MT, but MT tried to block it. You know what I'm saying? When he tried to block it, boom, I guess that's where bro got his hand, because they say his hand was, one of his bones was like sticking out right there, bro. I was like, damn, that's crazy. But I'm like, bro, ain't both of them bloods? And the dude was like, yeah, I guess he was blood too. He's like, yeah, bro, they homies, bro. I don't know what's wrong with Sodu, bro. That man always tripping, man. How he gonna pop on the homie? And that's when you hear dudes across the H building in the tier program, so in the high-ranking blood members and stuff, they're like, bro, what happened? It's a whole pandemonium, bro. Could nobody believe what just went on, bro? Mind you, these folks was just in the dorm, bro. They just left out the dorm together. They was in the dorm, bro, while I'm in the hole, bro. They wasn't like talking as far as no beefing or nothing. You hardly heard them talk to each other, bro. The dude, Sodu, he really ain't said nothing. MT, majority of the time, he be talking to me, or some females walking by, he be talking smack to the females, bro. That's the only time you heard them, bro. So everybody was like, man, Sodu be tripping, man. Sodu be tripping. I don't know. This the second time he done did some stuff like that to one of the homies, bro. This the second time he done did some stuff like that to one of the homies. Mind you, this dude, Sodu, man, he was skinny, bro. He had to be pushing about 160, not even 160, bro, about 150 the most, bro. You know what I'm saying? MT was a big dude. So I don't know what made him just attack MT like that, bro. That was crazy. And the dude in the vent, he was like, yeah, man, Sodu crazy, man. That crazy African. But Sodu, he was mixed. He was African and Jamaican, bro. And then he was blood and Muslim. Yeah, he was one of them dudes on the compound. He was known to be a Muslim, but he was banging blood. You know what I'm saying? He used to pray by himself and stuff, but he banged, bro. He don't rock with the Muslim, but he banged the blood. But everybody knew that he was Muslim, and everybody knew that he was Jamaican too. Likewise, African. But this went on, bro. So they come out. It's a whole bunch of police. When I went to looking back out the window, bro, it's a whole bunch of police, bro. I could see like a whole bunch of blood on the walker where anyways, they had them grab MT. Boom. They brought him up top or whatever where medical was. The medical was like right around the corner. They brought him to medical. So an orderly then came in the hole, because you always got an orderly in there. So everybody was like asking, orderly, bro, what happened? What happened? What happened? They was like, man, Sodu just tripped out, man. They were like, he wigged out, bro. They were like, man, he just wigged out, bro. He was like, man, all them people just standing on the walk, bro. They just getting out of the hole. They about to go to the same dome, bro. They about to go to the same dome on the other side of the compound, bro. Mind you, this man just got out the hole with this man, bro. The orderly was like, man, this man is snapped, bro. They were like, man, he just snapped. The orderly like, man, he just pulled out, bro. They were just standing there. They were just talking. You know what I'm saying? He was like, he just pulled out and hit him across the face. And he trying to hit him again. When he hit him, he tried to hit him again. He pulled a lock out. You know what I'm saying? And swung up, bro. And bro tried to block it. You know what I'm saying? If you know that lock's something serious, man. It's serious ball game when it comes to that lock, bro. So I'm like, bro, where bro at? They was like, they brought him to medical, but they probably gonna have to bring him to the Free World Hospital. I was like, damn, is that serious? They're like, yeah, that man hand broke. You ain't see that man bone sticking out his arm? So I was like, damn, that's messed up, man. So everybody was like, man, that's crazy. So now I'm like, dang, blood on blood. That's crazy. That's what, like, one of my first times seeing this, bro. I'm like, ain't no way he just popped on this man like that. Both of them blood, bro. Both of them from like New York. You know what I'm saying? They from Jamaican descent. Like, what made him do that, bro? I'm trying to understand that. Y'all supposed to be banging the same thing. And then I was talking to one of the Shine dudes on the TIP program. I'm asking him like, damn, bro, what? You know what I'm saying? And he's over Sodu. He's like, man, I don't know, man. He's like, man, Sodu be tripping, man. He's like, man, I might have to do it to him this time, bro. Because he said he spared him the last time when Sodu tripped out on one of the homies, bro. He had to hop the tool on one of his homies. Had his homie pinned down in the room, bro, for like an hour, bro. Closed the door. He said the rest of the blood was outside the door. Like, man, open the door. He done jammed the door up with a toothbrush, bro. Had the homie in there pinned down, about to pour him out, bro. They had to talk to him. But they said Sodu be on the cream. He be bumping his nose, bro. So boom, bro. Anyways, laid off. Later on that night, I heard they pop the doors. Boom. I heard somebody was like, man, say MT, you good, bro? You good? I went to the window. Right away, I got up and went to the window. I looked out, and T was coming in, bro. He had a cast on his hand like this, bro, wrapped around and sling around his hand and shit like this, and a big old bandage on his face, man. I was just looking. I was like, damn, bro. I was like, yo, man. I say, yo, yeah, man. I say, yo, you good? I say, yo, mess up, dog. I said, mess up, dog. Man, just wiggle upon me. Said, wiggle upon me. He was like, man, bro just tripped out on him. And you could see it in MT eyes, bro. It was lost, bro. You feel me? You could see that look in his eyes, like what happened? Like, he know he ain't did nothing. Like, this man just really just snapped on him for no reason, bro. He came in, I went to talking to him. He was like, man, bro, ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way I'm getting out the hole. He said, man, I ain't never even been in the dome with this man, bro. I met this man in the hole, bro. He said, I met this man in the hole, bro. I ain't never been in the dome with this man. I ain't got no problem with this thing. He was like, bro, I ain't no rat. I ain't no informer. I ain't no nothing, bro. He said, bro, I'm blood just like him. You know what I'm saying? I said, they could check my record. I'm one of the most official blood, bro. I'm from New York. I done did time in New York. And I done did time down here, bro. Y'all could run my record, bro. It ain't like I'm a plate or something for him to eat. He said, man, he just snapped. He's like, man. He's like, bro, I don't know, bro. He said, man, I don't know, man. He's like, man, I'm finna go lay down, bro. I was like, all right, bet. And I was sitting there. I'm like, damn, bro, that's crazy. That man just had that look like, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, bro, you just free picked me out of everybody. And then Sodu, he was prepared, bro. He was prepared. Whatever was going through his mind, and whenever he made the plans to do what he do, he was prepared, bro. Like I said, MT was like 6'3", bro. He was taller than me. I got size on me, man, but MT he was a young dude, man. Like I told you, he just came from New York where they pumping them irons, bro. Raw metal. And he was big, bro. He had size on him. So I guess Sodu had plans, bro. You know what I'm saying? He already had the thing to buck fit to him, and he already had a lock. For what reason? I don't know. So as day go by, man, we talking or whatever, and he was like, man, bro, I'm finna get out this stuff. I think I'm finna leave this alone. You feel me? And I was like, man, bro, I don't even know what to tell you. I want to talk to you, but I can't talk to you on the open waves like this. It's everybody there. And he was just, man, he was like, man, and the homies ain't trying to do nothing about it. The homies ain't even trying to help me. Mind you, with all the bloods out there. Shit. Hey, you can't really blame them, bro, because guess what? The way how it popped off, everybody said it popped off, and from the little bit I seen, bro, they probably were just in shock, bro. They probably was in shock about what was going on, or they probably thought MT was a plate. You know what I'm saying? And Sodu, they probably sent Sodu to eat the plate. But bro wasn't no plate, man. That man was official tissue, bro. He was official tissue, bro. And after that, bro, my time ended up coming out, getting out the hole, bro. I ended up doing 36 days, bro. I ended up gutting out the hole, bro. I ended up leaving MT in there, bro, because they kept him in there until, they kept him in the hole, bro. That's where they kept him. He ain't really did nothing, but they kept him there until he semi-healed up, his face had healed up, and his arm was pretty good. And he ended up coming to the same dorm with me on the other side, bro. And he was telling me, like, man, these folks messed up, bro, because these folks ain't even trying to do nothing to this man. But they did put Sodu on the TAIR program, bro. They put Sodu straight to the TAIR program. This man was just getting out the hole. You know what I'm saying? They put him straight to the TAIR program, bro. But that was crazy, man. He just popped on his own blood brother, bro, for no reason, bro. Word on the compound was, it's nothing, bro. They was like, man, that man just crazy. He be bumping his nose sometime, and he just be spazzing out, bro. And these folks, the high-ranking blood members, they just let him do that and get away with it, bro. I was like, oh no, I want no parts in this gang stuff, bro. This ain't me. I ain't going for it, man. For real, for real. But that was the story for today, man. I appreciate y'all checking out the channel, man. A lot of peace, a lot of love, a lot of respect, man.